right, well, let's get started. What's up? Can we go? Let's go through and get everyone's voices acquainted here. So, who do I got right in front of me?
I'm Stain, and I play bass in Culture Abuse.
I'm Nick, and I play guitar in Culture Abuse.
I am Junebug. I play guitar.
What's up, guys? Thanks for welcoming me into your van. I was on tour last year and something like this, and I have a question. First question I have for you: do you guys prefer the long bucket seats, or would you prefer there's just no seats in here at all when it comes to sleeping in the van, unless you don't sleep in the van?
Sleeping in the van?
Well,
sleep in the van.
when we sleep in the van, usually how it goes is that there's someone who gets this seat and someone who gets that seat, and then we have downtown.
What's uptown?
Uptown,
Uptown.
which is
Uptown's the front.
the aisle in between the driver and the passenger seat and the first bench, and then downtown, which is in between the two benches.
Got it.
So we do prefer the benches.
Okay,
yeah,
cool.
because it allows us,
Sprawl out a little bit.
Who's the tallest member?
Probably Nick.
Might be me, I think.
How tall are you?
About 6'1".
See, okay, I was in a van just like this, and I wish we would have just gotten rid of the seats, because I just couldn't get comfortable. Like, I'm just too tall to be comfortable. Like, you and I are the same height, roughly. Yeah. And I was just like, man, I wonder how other bands feel about that, because I was just like, get rid of them. Fucking, let's all just sleep on the floor. It gives a shit.
Sometimes when I'm, like, in the alleys, it, like, can get a little claustrophobic.
Yeah.
That's usually if I just, like, wake up and I'm like, oh, man.
See, for this whole tour, I've sat in the passenger seat. Out of principle, out of like, because there have been other tours where I sit in the back, and people have gotten annoyed because I don't drive. Mm-hmm. I don't have a driver's license. I never had. Mommy gave me a car. So I never learned how to drive really. I know how to drive now, but I still don't have a license. So I just sit in the passenger seat, which I've dubbed the neck breaker, because you can't get comfortable,
Hey, it's Jeff from Modern Life is War.
Hey, what up? We got
Jeff,
we're surprise pop in.
Hey, say hello to getting.
Hey, we're going to have
Stoked,
a drink at
right?
Cat's Bar.
Oh, I just left there.
All right, well.
I just had.
Well, that was Jeff from Modern Life is War. Look at that,
It's a
guys.
great bar.
Just going to the bar next door.
We're doing a podcast thing right now, but maybe I'll see you over there.
So.
Yeah, I'm doing a podcast too.
Fuck whatever that podcast is going on. So,
if it ain't this one.
Yeah. So I heard the album when it came out. Was that like middle of the year? June. Yeah, like right.
June 15th.
Yeah, June 15th, right in the middle.
My birthday.
Nick's birthday.
Yeah,
Dude,
it came out on my birthday.
Dude, fuck yeah, that's the best thing ever, right?
Yeah, it was exciting.
It was quite the party.
Good day.
Yeah.
Quite the party.
Were you guys on Epitaph before the album came out?
Well, we had signed to Epitaph, but we were in Hawaii when that happened, so
It was a year before.
It was a year before.
Okay,
yeah.
It was our first record with them.
We put out a couple singles. We did like a single, and then we did like 2 songs with Waves. That's on a 7-inch, and then the record came out.
Yeah, and the first single, So Busted, came out on David's birthday, which is June 26th.
Wow.
June 26th? Yeah.
Was so close to screwing that up.
No, hell no.
I
I
barely even
know.
remember my own mom's birthday.
I don't,
Like, I don't
dude.
know anybody's birthdays.
See, my birthday's July 4th, so it's like everyone remembers it, so it's like I'm the worst with remembering birthdays and names. I won't forget a face, though. Won't forget a face, but names I'm terrible with.
So I heard you guys over talking earlier. Is this the last day of tour?
This is the last day of this tour, yes.
With nothing, yeah.
How long have you guys been on the road?
It's been 13 shows in total, so about 2 weeks.
Like about a couple weeks. Yeah.
Nice little,
well,
nice little run.
we started the tour by driving from the Bay to
We drove from LA.
To Washington D.C.
Yeah.
Sorry, I know this guy. This guy is in a band called Take Over and Destroy. What up, dude?
What's up, y'all?
Doing a podcast with Culture Abuse.
You doing what now?
This is Culture Abuse.
Oh, yeah, fuck yeah.
We're doing
What's
a
up, guys?
podcast.
Shane.
Alex, good to meet you guys. You guys rule.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Fuck yeah.
Welcome back on the show, Alex.
We're rolling.
Parking lot
We're rolling.
He actually did the art as well, which I still need to
Oh, yeah, the
fix.
cover. I did the cover for his podcast.
Yeah.
Oh.
Dude, good band. They're the shit.
I'm glad you're here, dude. Well, I'll let you guys do your thing.
All right,
I don't want
man.
to fucking interrupt.
Catch you later,
thanks
buddy.
for letting me pop in.
Hell yeah,
See you
man.
guys in a few.
Fuck yeah.
Have a great set.
You guys ever see?
Oh!
Did he break
That's
something?
okay, it's not our
He ran
band.
into a.
Not the first one to do that.
You're fine.
Broke it.
Classic. Have you guys ever seen the movie Empire Records?
Yeah.
Okay, remember the character in Empire Records who is like he has like the weed brownies and he's like works at a pizza place and he gets in the argument about Primus with that one character. That's literally that guy.
Yeah.
Like Alex talks like him, he walks like literally everything about him is that character. Like the first day I met him, I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Good shit. Anyway, so do you guys have another run planned after this one?
Yes.
Yeah.
What are you guys doing after this?
Going to the East Coast, playing Gouge Away. They're on Death Wish.
God, they're coming on the show too. I fucking love Gouge Away.
Yeah, we're doing their record release show in Florida.
Nice.
And then we start an East Coast tour with them. And it's kind of more so just Northeast.
Yeah.
And then we go to the UK and we're taking them with us there too.
Dude,
so it's about a month all together.
I discovered Gouge Away for the first time when they opened for Single Mothers and Touche Amore.
Yeah, I remember that.
And I saw them here at the Underground in Mesa, and I had no idea who they were, and they fucking leveled me.
Yeah, they're great.
Like I left after Single Mothers because I'm not a huge Touche fan, and we were in a basement in like the summertime, and no one could breathe or whatever. But
sounds sweaty.
It was one of those things. I went there for Single Mothers, one of my favorite bands, and I didn't even give a shit because Gouge Away just fucking murdered so hard that that's all I was thinking about.
Pretty stoked to play some shows with them. We've never played with them before, so.
Have you seen them before?
Never seen them.
Yeah.
We're just touring so much, we never any other shows basically but our own.
So who are you on tour with right now?
Nothing and Smut from Ohio.
Yeah,
Nice.
fucking great.
And Big Bike from Seattle.
Very cool.
Also very great.
What's the dude from Modern Life is War doing here?
He lives here.
Yeah.
Oh, he lives here?
Yeah.
Homie.
I gotta get that guy on the fucking show then. I didn't know that.
Well, there you go.
That's super cool, man.
Yeah.
Now, who did you guys record with?
Carlos de la Garza.
Okay, and
Yeah.
what's some work that he's done before?
He did he engineered the new Paramore record.
Okay.
He
M83.
M83, Jimmy Eat World, I think. He did
Ziggy Marley.
Ziggy Marley. Yeah, he did Ziggy Marley.
And I could hear that in the
Yeah.
album for sure.
It was cool. Yeah, he had a lot of good stories about that.
How-
what's that?
No, go ahead, please. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, well yeah, but just a bunch of stuff like that.
Yeah.
He's pretty well rounded.
How?
He used to play drums with Real Big Fish.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
He said he played in Lit for a little bit.
Yeah, he was in Lit for a hot second. He just filled in for some shows, I think.
Yeah,
That's
he's
crazy.
really good.
He's a
musician.
drummer.
Yeah, really good drummer.
Well, he can play everything. He's great.
How old were the songs on the new album going into it? Were these somewhat fresh songs, or were you guys kind of playing these for quite a while?
No, we weren't playing any of them live before we recorded them, but that song "Call Me" on the record, we actually kind of started writing it in 2016
Okay.
on our first tour with Nothing. During our sound checks, basically we would just jam on it a bunch, and then we just were touring so much that we never really got the opportunity to just chill and write. So, strangely enough, the only way we could do it is if we escaped home.
Yeah.
So we went to Europe and rented a practice space for
Holy shit.
3 weeks and wrote the record in Amsterdam.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was that just amazing?
It was.
Yeah, it was pretty sick.
It was. I mean, we didn't do very much because we would wake up around noon and we'd show up to the studio around 1 and then we'd be there till midnight, and that was just every single day. I think we only took 1 day off the whole 3 weeks we were there.
And that was all just writing?
But it was great because we were
just
so stoked that it was actually really exciting to go in and do it and practice and just jam a bunch. We flew out our friend who recorded our first record to demo it with us. So it was 2 weeks of writing, 1 week of nailing down some demos.
You guys gotta put those demos out.
We actually were thinking about it.
Yeah.
Total. I mean, that's why. That's my. I would love to hear the demos that were happening while all the songs were being developed and shit.
Yeah, because it all kind of every step of the way, I feel it changed a bunch too.
Definitely, the demos are a little different than the record.
Yeah.
Are there any changes that happened that you didn't expect to really be into, but when you heard it back, it was super rad?
Yeah, I mean, there's some stuff where it's let's just try this and then see how it sounds, and then it's it ends up being really cool. Even I don't know, I feel just learning how to play it. really good just like practicing it a bunch. Like we would jam, like we would have like Dave would have like a couple riffs or whatever, like a verse and a chorus and stuff, and then we kind of just like play like the same thing over and over and over, and like kind of like and then like eventually go from there and be like, oh, what if we just change it to this and then do this part and then we come back to that, and like yeah, so it was like a week straight of like just like jamming them all like for long, and then by the time we actually recorded them, we kind of like narrowed down those ideas.
Yeah.
And, you know.
Can I just mention that Shane's so drunk he walked away from this?
Oh yeah, definitely. He was talking about like, oh yeah, I might come to that bar too. And he's like, I was just there, so you can tell.
That's awesome, man. Now, as far as recording goes, how long did it take to record the record?
We tracked it for like a month.
But it was probably 3 months total, because we were, all of us were in the studio for about a month, and then we went on tour with Waves and Joyce Manor for a month, and then when we came back, we started mixing it, and that took about a month.
Yeah.
And then, so I guess 2 months total, but then if you include like the mastering and getting all our art together, it's about 3 months total.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's fucking crazy. I've everything I've ever recorded, it's been like a week.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
like spend a week all day, every day.
Dude, my old bands literally we just rent a studio for one day.
Yeah.
We would just go there and just we would just do everything live and just like couple takes of each, pick the best one, and that was it. We could do a full album in one day.
Yeah.
So it was a pretty crazy experience to like, because Carlos has a lot of gear too, a lot of guitar pedals and a lot of amps, and with Epitaph on our side, you know, we could get a hold of pretty much any amp we wanted and any guitar. Brett Gerwitz brought in his like, it's from the 50s, I think, like it's called a no-caster, because it's a Telecaster, but it's like the first version of it ever.
Really, yeah. Well, they got like sued because they had like the first one was like broadcasters, and then there was another company making broadcasters. So there's like an era where there's like 500 of these like no casters. It's just a Telecaster.
Yeah, it just doesn't have a name.
It just doesn't say anything. It just says
no-caster,
Fender. It's crazy. Like the neck was like a baseball bat or something.
Yeah, it's like $30,000 guitar.
What songs did you use that on?
Rats.
They're like that one part, the in dip, like those like more like choppy chords, like the like those that was all with that thing. And it's actually kind of crazy because it would like feedback really crazy, and if you like listen closely to those things, there's like you can hear like the feedback, and it's not really like it's like one of those things. It ended up sounding kind of cool, so we're just like, oh yeah, like that's just like it's like not like messing up. It's just like maybe it was a little messing up too, but I don't know. But it like I don't know.
Sick.
Yeah, it would just feedback like crazy like that. Yeah.
What is it like being like, you guys have obviously been in bands and done this before, but now you have like Brett as a boss.
Yeah.
Like, isn't that fucking crazy?
Yeah, it was pretty cool. Like, yeah. He's a good dude. Like,
I obviously have never met him.
He's very chill. He's always got good stories. He always comes by. He actually like would like suggest things here and there, and then he'd like kind of like he's like, oh, I'm not producing. I need to go. Like, sorry. Like, I hope I'm not like taking.
He'd come by for like a little bit, and then he'd like throw out these ideas, and he's like, what am I doing here? And
he's like, I gotta go. Yeah. keep going, guys. Sounds great. Just like, thanks, Brett.
He actually helped mix it though.
Yeah. That's cool.
So it was cool.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, every time. Like Epitaph is just one of those labels that you don't have to be that much into music, because a lot of people who know a lot of record labels are people like me who are just dorks and they're following music at its tail constantly. Mm-hmm. But Epitaph is one of those labels where like everyone knows Epitaph.
Yeah,
like, you can just anyone who listens to any modicum of like punk or alternative music.
No, totally. And even if they don't, it's like pretty quick to be like, like they put out like Offspring and they're like, oh, crazy, okay.
Yeah.
They're like Rancid, like
it's crazy. Just like the biggest names of that kind of music.
Mm-hmm.
It's rad, man. Like, so on this tour so far, has there been anything that sticks out as far as things that have kind of had? Because obviously you guys have been on the road before, so like, but has there been anything specifically on this tour that's happened that's memorable or wild or kind of interesting?
I mean, we've been playing to like good crowds every night. People like, I feel like there's like sometimes we'll play shows and like it'll take a minute, like it'll seemingly take a minute for people to like kind of like get into it. Not to say that they're into it and they're just not like, but like when people start like, I guess like moshing or whatever, like or dancing around and shit, like it happens like quicker and people like knowing the songs and stuff. That's kind of like a trip,
That's awesome.
you know, and like you just like look out and you're just like, oh shit.
So you guys have been getting like each tour more people are singing along and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
Yeah.
I'd say that's kind of the most memorable part about it is
Yeah, just watching it like grow
Yeah.
with people and stuff.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
people knowing all the words and singing along. It's right. It's fucking sick.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Where you guys?
What's
Where you
up?
guys from?
California, San Francisco, LA.
Yeah.
Got it. Very
Yeah,
cool.
most of us are in the Bay. Dave lives
That
in
makes sense.
LA right now.
Yeah.
Everything started in San Francisco, and since it's just kind of like spread out. Like I live in Oakland. Like, yeah.
I haven't been to San Francisco yet, and I feel like I need to. But my last band was gonna go on tour to just like get out of just like a few day like run, and we were gonna go to San Francisco, but we were like, man, we've already been to California. Like, let's just same amount of time you can get to like Denver. So we did that instead.
Yeah.
But I kind of regret that in a way because I really how different is San Francisco from like Southern California?
It's colder.
Yeah, the weather's
The
better
weather.
because
Yeah.
it's not crazy hot. It's very comfortable. San Francisco used to be cool. It's not so cool anymore.
Oh, really?
It's changed a lot.
A lot of rich people. There's a lot of money there.
Gentrification.
So,
Yeah. And as far as the scene goes, it's so saturated.
By the way, can I just mention that Shane just joined the interview.
Well,
He left
you know,
for a while now. He's back.
Talking business apparently.
Oh, he's talking business. Wow.
But yeah, SF has become a very saturated spot for a lot of things that happen, and it's hard to get people to go to certain things, you know, and everyone has their like scene, you know, and in SF, like a lot of it's connected, you know, but when it comes to like out of town bands going there, it's so selective and how people, you know, choose to show up, if you will.
Yeah, it makes sense. Well,
and support, you know? It's like, it's tough, and it's like, even being like a band that's from San Francisco, if you will, I mean, it's kind of like our first home, you know? I feel like LA has become a second hometown for us, you know? But attitudes are just different with people, you know?
I feel that.
From LA and SF, SF has better Mexican food, though. I will say that.
I don't know about
People
that.
are gonna fight me on that, but I gotta represent the
They
Bay.
both had
I gotta
good at different
represent the
stuff.
Bay in that way to say that the Mexican food is better.
I like Bay Mexican food more than LA. Too.
Yeah, what's up?
LA's
What's
got
up?
great tacos, but
Fight me.
but the Bay's got delicious burritos.
Yeah.
So like, one of the things that I always talk about with bands is how with LA and I guess California in general, or the major cities in California anyway, it's that because there's so much choice and because people are always playing those cities every fucking night, people don't go out and support the local scene as much, at least from what people have told me from those areas. Like out here, kids go to shows like crazy. Like the local scene here is thriving because everyone goes out and sees shows, but that's because you're not able to walk. Like in LA, you can walk outside and see fucking U2 play like on a Wednesday.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? As opposed to Phoenix, where that's not really gonna happen.
Yeah, it doesn't
People
happen
go
all
to
the
shows
time.
like crazy.
How many people are going to see you too?
I mean, I know. It's a
exactly.
shitty example.
I'm sure.
but
I mean,
I'm
like,
sure
they
they played
thousands,
Hollywood Bowl
but
a few years ago.
I guess I'll say, like, with LA, it's like there's a lot of shit that happens down there, you know, like so many different shows over, you know, a weekend down there. There's always things to do in LA, you know.
Is San Francisco not
We'll
like
be
that?
down there. Well, it's different because in LA, like, everything's so spread out. In San Francisco, it's like you can literally, like, you know, like there are multiple venues that I can walk to from where I live, and you can be at a show, you know. In LA, it's like, oh, are you going to the show tonight? Well, it's like, you know, like 30 minutes away from this, but with traffic, it's like you got to leave like an hour before, you know, or whatever it is, you know. And SF, it's so close together, but that's why I say it's more saturated, because kids like just go to what they know, you know. It's like it's hard to get people from SF to go to Oakland for a show, you know, and that's why
There's
so many
also the
bands play SF and Oakland, but then it takes away from their ticket draw no matter what, you know. So it's just kind of, LA is different in that respect, where I feel like more people are willing to travel to go to something, you know.
There's
What were you
also
gonna
the
say, Nick?
fact of like it's just expensive to live there in general too, and like
Yeah.
sometimes when the ticket price is like too much, it's kind of tough to get out. And, like I don't know, like it's kind of crazy. Like, and a lot of venues are like over 21, and like there's not a lot of all ages spaces anymore. Like they pop up here and there.
It's happening here too.
Yeah.
Or if a bar has an all ages show, it's like it's a hassle because like you have to, the bands have to, you have to factor in extra security, you have to factor in all this stuff. It's like I work at a venue in SF that they do all ages shows, but it's you gotta, it comes out of the cut, and,
yeah, it's hard. I know the all ages shows, there's a couple venues here that have been hanging on by the skin of their teeth for years. And they're still there. I'm sure the people who are running them have just been sinking their fucking money into them forever. Yeah. But they're still here. They're still going. Trunk Space is still there. 51 West is still there. There's a bunch of places like that here. Where have you guys played in Phoenix before?
Phoenix?
Or just Arizona in general?
Well,
we just played in Tucson like not too long ago.
Yeah, at the Rock. We played there.
The Rock, yeah.
We played there twice. We played there with Turnstile when we did that tour, and we played there the first time with Stories So Far.
That's cool.
It was our first tour. It was heading up to our Canadian tour with them and Comeback Kid. The Rock was a really cool venue. That show was crazy.
Yeah.
It was a good show. We played the Yucca Tap Room, and then the other place that is in that same parking lot.
51 West.
Yeah, 51 West. So we've had.
That's one of the only all ages.
I think we played Yucca Tap Room twice, right? Mm-hmm. And then 51 West once.
I live walking distance from there. That's where I live at. Like I can literally throw a rock.
Yeah, that parking lot is fucking sick.
It's huge.
We had some good shows there.
Yeah, 51 West has always.
The tap room's a little awkward, like with the spacing of where the stage is and stuff. But it's always been a good show.
That place has been there. There's pictures of that place that looks exactly the same from the 70s. They still have all that wood paneling on the walls and shit, like straight up from the 60s and 70s and whatever. That's super sick. Are there any cities in the U.S. that you guys like to play, like you look forward to every time you're on the road?
Yeah. Chicago, Brooklyn, New York.
Yeah, Boston's really tight. Austin, Texas.
SF, LA, of course.
Detroit's pretty sick.
Detroit, really?
I like Detroit. I like most places. I'm pretty easy to please.
Yeah. Got a show in Dayton, Ohio.
I mean, there aren't
a
lot of places that we play where we're like, we don't want to play. I don't think we've ever been like, we don't want to play here again. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's all been like really solid shows, and everyone who comes to shows, it's like, keep coming to shows, please. It's like, because we couldn't do it without you, so it's like, that's like, like
getting emotional,
it's it's true. Like we, for example, like this is the last night of this tour, and we played San Diego the night before, and it's like, we were like, at least I was thinking, like, why didn't we just end in San Diego and go home? It would have been easier logistically, because two of us have to drive the van back.
Yeah.
And I don't drive, so it's really just one person who has to drive, the whole way back. But we're like, we haven't played Arizona in a long time, so it's actually,
we're here in
really
Phoenix.
sick that we're here, I'm sweating fucking really bullets, but I'm glad we're here,
Yeah, no, this is one of like the, this is definitely one of the cornerstone venues in Phoenix.
Yeah. That bar across the street, Cats, man. Yeah. That is a fun place to be. The vibe in there is great. You can get
you had a good time.
You can get a half pitcher of beer for $5.50. Let me tell you,
$5.50
for $5.50, because I'm fried, man.
Shit, well.
I still got to play, by the way. You should do a live stream of tonight's show.
No, don't do that.
No, please don't.
This guy's fucked up outside. He's sitting down with some security guards.
Oh. Hey, that might be me later.
It's going to be you in about 5 seconds here.
Shit. Well, I'm going to wrap it up here in a little bit and in a second and let you guys get back to it and whatever. But as far as, obviously this album just came out in June, you said. So as far as, like, do you guys plan to get off the road and just go back to riding and shit? Or are you just going to, like, just kill 2018, 2019 with the road?
Well, we're taking some time off after this next run, which is all of October. Mm-hmm. And we've been itching to write. We actually wrote and recorded 3 songs right before we went on this tour.
Sweet.
So that's something we plan on doing, but it's not, like, a plan because we don't want to rush things. It's just kind of like,
not in a hurry, but we're chipping away.
We try to do things organically,
you know. But we're definitely going to be doing some more touring in early 2019. So we'd like to get another record out maybe next year, but we'll see.
Dude, that's fucking rad. I'm stoked that you guys are playing with Gouge Away too, because that's going to be an amazing show.
Yeah, we're real stoked about that.
Yeah, I'll definitely see you guys there. All right, well, thank you guys so much for coming down.
Hell yeah, man.
Thank you everybody for listening, and that's it. Get stoked.